That's the last time he won. That was back in July of last year. He fought Zalga Zumagulov, got that win back in 2020, and Mark De La Rosa that he
Uh,
kind of technically knocked out back in 2022,
oh
2020
my
as
God.
well.
B, I just realized not only did I not send you the link, somehow it only went live on Facebook, and that's why there's way less interactions right now. I just added YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah.
So if you could like and share that when you can, when you're done talking, bro.
Okay, sure, man.
Sorry, man.
No problem. He's against Sergey Morozov, man, and ooh boy, Sergey. Sergey's 33 years old, 5'6" with a 67-inch reach, representing Kazakhstan. Currently riding a one-fight losing streak. With this his team of Erkin Kush, which sounds like some type of weed strain. I'm telling you, but that's not bad though. Last one, yeah. Well, last time he fought was in February. He lost to Douglas Silva down Josh. That was a brutal fight, man. If you didn't get to watch that, that was in UFC 271. That was the one where he kind of won, and then Andrade came back, and then he kind of gassed out and he got beat up. Yeah, that was that fight where he got rear naked choked in round two. Khalid Taha, he won unanimous decision. He lost to Umar Nurmagomedov back in January of last year, and then he beat Josh Rittinghouse in M1 Challenge in 2019. Um, that's the thing, man. This will be a matter of pacing between these two. Paiva is pretty good. I wonder how much he kind of leveled up now with his wrestling a little bit, alpha male. Sergey does have really good wrestling. He can you know scrap, but the problem is that gas tank, man. He was trying to hold down Douglas in that last fight, and he gassed out horribly, horribly. But then that was with the pace of Douglas, man. Douglas's pace was kind of crazy. Took him off guard. You know what I mean? Um, I think Piva would have the defensive capabilities to deal with some of that wrestling and be able to use his reach to somewhat get a little bit on Sergey, a little bit. Not much, but I think he could also reverse it up and use some wrestling on Sergey as well and look to tire out Morozov. Because I like Morozov. I like
You know,
Morozov, but Morozov's gas issues, man, are
yeah,
really a big deal to me. Real problematic to me. So
yeah,
um I would look towards Paiva on this one. That's just me though.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one is I like Sergey Morozov. I like him and for the first round and a half.
Yeah.
So that does not give me the most confidence in the world in the fighter because, like you said, his gas tank is vicious. But Julian Paiva is the younger one. He's longer. He's gonna have a couple inch reach advantage. He's gonna be 2 inch taller. He's younger by what 7 years. That's what bothers me a little bit. But he has been finished in round one a couple times. Julian Paiva has been finished round one last time by Sugar Sean. He's been finished by Rogerio Bontaran round one. So that kind of goes hand in hand with exactly what Sergey Morozov needs to happen.
Yeah.
And right now, the odds makers have Sergey at a negative 147 favorite. He opened up at a negative 110. A pick 'em. It was a pick 'em, negative 110 for both of them. And then
Mm.
Julian Paiva is a plus 137 underdog on 5 times. So I like the odds. I like the dog money on Paiva, but Morozov, he's a mean motherfucker for that 1 round and a half. If he did somehow get his gas tank issues a little bit better, which is it's fucking hard. It's hard to believe that he could all of a sudden just get his gas tank up. But let's look at the under. Let's check this out. Under 1.5, so plus 230. So they're saying this is going over negative 270. That's not a good sign for Vegas wise for Sergey Morozov. Then that means I'm going dog or pass. I'm gonna have to say, even though I like Sergey Morozov, body language, initial read, everything. I don't like the line movement going so far the other way. Um, I don't like the fact that the odds makers have it going over a round and a half. If you were to pick Sergey Morozov, I think that he needs to finish it under a round and a half. And if you were to do that and pick Sergey Morozov, then instead of a negative 147, bet the under 1.5 rounds plus 230. Plus 230 for under 1.5 rounds for Sergey Morozov. That's probably his best bet in the sense, man. So with that said, I'm gonna go and my initial read was Sergey Morozov, but I'm gonna go dog or pass Julian Paiva. I think he could pull this off if he can take him down the first round and get him tired. He could win a 3-round decision. So Julian Paiva by decision could possibly be a decent bet. But the next fight is TJ Brown takes on Shaylen Nuderbecken. This fight right here should be a decent fight. TJ Brown is 16'8", 16'8", calling himself downtown. He's 5'9", 73.5-inch reach. The reach advantage is going to be with TJ Brown. There's going to be 4.5 inches. Height advantage by 1 inch. The youth advantage for Shaylen is going to be 4 years. I right now. Last time Shaylen fought was Charles Rosa. He won a unanimous decision. Kai Kamaka the third. He split decision. He's been in with some tough motherfuckers, man. He's lost by guillotine choke, which is what I don't like. He's lost by punches. He's lost by rear naked choke, and that's where you lose me, TJ Brown, in the sense, man, because I don't like tappers or nappers. He's taking on Shaylen, who's 36-10, 28 years young. He last took on Sean Soriano. Sean Soriano's that long ass motherfucker, right? No, I was thinking about someone else. Sean Soriano, he won a unanimous decision, and then Joshua Kubayo, he lost a unanimous decision. Man, right now the odds makers have TJ Brown at a negative 180 favorite. He opened up at a negative 250. Now he's down to 180. Ah, man, on this, I'm not getting like my initial read is TJ Brown with everything. But I can't bet that number. I can't bet the negative 180. It's just a little risky in the sense, but I'm picking TJ Brown. Just slight edge. What do you say, B?
Ooh,
I know.
ooh.
That's why I'm not betting it. See, B's gonna scare me.
TJ's a tough guy, man. I'm telling you that right now. TJ's a very tough guy.
Big, too.
But that dude, Becky, got submissions out the wazoo, bro. That man got so many submission wins by rear naked and armbar. It's frightening when you think about the fact TJ's been submitted before. And how this guy goes about getting his submissions is very fucking interesting. Because he will grapple your shoes off. Or he will try to piece you up to get those submissions in there, man. But TJ Brown is a tough guy, and he's starting to turn it around a little bit. But I don't know. Man.
I know it's a weird one.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, it is a really weird fight to really try to figure it out, because this is gonna be Becky's third fight in the UFC. And this man, TJ's been in here for a minute. And some of TJ's fights in the UFC have not looked all that great, man. They have not. And that's a guy, this is a guy I like too in the UFC. But when he came into the UFC. But he's just been kind of mixy, man. He's been a little mixy. If he could blend in the wrestling and his striking together, that's cool. But when he's taken off guard and he's just all focused on wrestling, he becomes a prime target for some grappling. And if he tries to grapple a little too much, he might get clipped. He's one of those guys. I want to say TJ should be able to get it, but it's worrisome. It's a worrisome fight, man. It's a worrisome fight. I feel that way.
Yeah,
if he can pull out the same performance that he had against like Rosa and Kamaka, then cool. I believe in him. But if he goes back to that mixing, that I want to go one way, he's gonna get caught by something. So
yeah, what fight are we on, B? Bellator.
Yeah. On Bellator, we're on what is it? Magomedov versus
what up, Hunter,
Barzola.
Appreciate you being here from YouTube, bro. Yeah. But so with this one is a real tough one to decide, right? Be like I normally pick a side quick, and that's why TJ Brown is my initial lean and read and all that. So I'm just gonna say that. But who you picking, B?
Shit, man. If I had to, I would take TJ. I would take TJ Brown. If I had to, I would take TJ Brown here. I would
So
take
you're gonna.
TJ. I think TJ should be able to have the tools to fend off Nuremberg and probably carry this off to a decision win.
Yeah, I just think that he can muster up some wrestling, American wrestling, get him to grind them out for a 3-round decision, possible sub. But I just think that TJ Brown should be too much for him if he can smother him and implement his game plan. But we shall see next week when we're back here. That's what makes it so exciting. The next fight of the night is Tafan and Chukui versus Carlos Olberg. I'm gonna let you jump in it first, B.
Oh fuck, man. Okay.
I'm
We got a
stoked.
light heavyweight fight. And yo, oh man, I've been a little mixy on this one too. 6-2, the Don, Tefan, and Chukwi. Let's go. 27 years old, 6 foot tall with the 77-inch reach out of Banamada. What? Bamenda. There you go. Bamenda, Cameroon. Cameroon, same place as our guy, man. Francis Ngannou. Yep. Affiliated with Team Lloyd Irving. Let's go. Yes, sir. Last fight he fought Azmat Mirzakanov, where he got knocked out by a flying knee in the 3rd round. That was back in March of this year. Mike Rodriguez, he beat by unanimous decision. Mike Rodriguez, you let me down, man. That was back last year in September. Junior Park beat him by majority decision back in May of last year. He beat Jamie Pickett back in 2020, December, and he made his debut with the head kick KO against Al Mataval. Mataval. Back in September of 2020. Big guy. He tried out middleweight. He went to light heavyweight, staying at light heavyweight. Light heavyweight to where he belongs. He's pretty big, somewhat undersized, but he carries massive power for a heavy even though he's a little small, a little short, he carries big power, man. Nasty kicks, nasty, you know what I mean, strikes. But he also has really good grappling skills. He's picked up pretty good grappling skills along the way.
What up,
But
Kicker Bass?
but
Appreciate
yeah,
you, bro.
man, he's going up against Black Jag Carlos Ulberg, man. Big old Ulberg out of Australia. Well, he trains in Australia somewhat, but he's out of Auckland, New Zealand. Oh shit! Wait a second. All right, no, we can just keep talking about it. Carlos Ulberg, Black Jag, 31 years old, 6'4" with the 77-inch reach. 4-1 representing City Kickboxing. God damn, man. Magomedov submitted Enrique Barzola with the guillotine choke live right now. That's
That's
crazy.
what I figured he would, or not by submission, but I knew he'd win for some reason. Barzola's a
that man.
tough motherfucker.
He leaped into the guillotine though. Standing guillotine.
Oh yeah,
Nasty boy.
nice.
Nasty. But Ulberg, last time we see him fight, he sent Fabio Charant out the UFC with his unanimous decision win. That was back in February. He lost to Kennedy and Shuku back in March of last year. He beat Bruno Oliveira on the Contender Series with a left hook KO in round 1. Guy got kickboxing skills, of course. He's with City Kickboxing. He's very tall. He fights with range. He has KO ability, but he proved in the Kennedy and Shuku fight that if you could get that man to fight, you could put pressure on him, he will break. That's why now he's fighting with a lot more movement. This is a battle between two kickboxers now, let's be honest. Tefon got a little bit more of the wrestling down pat, though. I think Ulberg has the skill set to fight this and get a unanimous decision win. I think he could also find a way to land a counter shot on Tefon to get a win here. But Tefon could get aggressive at times and force that pressure on Ulberg. If Ulberg doesn't get his ways to move out from side to side, I feel Tafon could pressure, close angles on him. You know what I mean? Close direction on him, close movement on him, I should say, and then land something big. But with that said, I'm gonna go
Thank you.
Ulberg.
Nice.
What up, Ryan? I'm gonna go
Huh.
Ulberg though. I'm gonna
Cheers,
go
guys.
Ulberg. Yeah.
I love when you agree with me before I even get to lay down the bet. So, but I absolutely agree 100%. This is going to be a tough bout between two really good kickboxers. But I just feel like Collar's Oldberg is just a little bit. He's going to be 4 inches taller. The reach does the same, but I'm not feeling that 100%. But it could be true. The leg reach advantage is not there, but there's definitely got to be something. 31 years old though versus 27, so Tefon's gonna have a little bit of the youth advantage, but Carlos Oldberg, dude, this guy's a specimen when you look at him, man, and he's like really, really good when he in his game. To me, he's never really let off everything that he has. Right now, the odds makers have Oldberg at a plus 110 underdog on 5 times. Negative 120 for Tefon and Juku. Carlos Oldberg opened up at a negative 140 favorite. He's been bought down by the public's been buying Tefon. I like Carlos Oldberg, especially at the plus 110 number. I'm going to be throwing down 1 unit on the plus 110 money line for Carlos Oldberg. But also the Carlos Oldberg, because they're two strikers, a lot of the times they can go to decision. Because they're just kind of, sparring. It's almost like a sparring match if one doesn't land in the first round. But Oldberg by decision is a plus 380 right now. I like that too. So, but I'm going to be going down with just a straight money line, just because I believe in him. Plus 110, 1 unit, $100 going down on Carlos Oldberg to defeat Tefon. Should be a good bout there between the two of them. I'm looking forward to it. That's the last fight on the prelims. The first fight on the main card is Chris Curtis is taking on Rodolfo Vieira. Chris Curtis is 28 and 8. He's called the Action Man. He's 34, 5'10", versus the 6 foot. So Vieira is going to be taller. The reach advantage is 75 inches for Chris Curtis, a shorter guy. Actually has a longer reach by 2 inches, 75 inches, 73 inches for Rodolfo Vieira. For Rodolfo Vieira, there's no secret for what this dude wants to do. He's a BJJ guy. He wants to get you down on the ground and submit you. Terrible gas tank in the sense, man. Also has got submitted by guys that aren't even close to his caliber of jiu-jitsu when he loses his gas tank. He's taking on Chris Curtis right now, and Chris Curtis is a negative 120 favorite, plus 110 comeback for Rodolfo Vieira. Chris Curtis opened up at a negative 180. He's been dropped down to a negative 120. I like Chris Curtis here. I think that he can weather the first round and end up winning a 3-round decision over Rodolfo Vieira, or pound out Rodolfo Vieira late in the 3rd round if Rodolfo Vieira gasses like he is known infamously for. So I'm going with Chris Curtis here. What do you say, B?
You taking Chris Curtis?
I'm taking Chris.
You taking Chris? Let's see, man. You taking Chris? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm taking Chris too, man. I'm taking Chris. What it is, man.
Dude, I had no video there. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking, you taking Chris Curtis.
You heard me though, right, B? My video was off, but you heard me.
No,
Right?
I heard you.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, I'll take Chris. I'll take Chris on this one. Here's the thing though. It all depends on what Rodolfo Vieira does, because Rodolfo may go in. I don't know if Rodolfo's gonna go in all grappling, or is he gonna go in and try to stand with Chris Curtis and then try to change levels. Because if this man tries to stand up, and if he stands there long enough, Chris is gonna piece him up. I think Chris has been through enough in his career to know and handle this submission fighters, and all this stuff. To keep this man on the feet and break him down, man. Vieira has improved greatly on his stand-up, though. But when he did, he fought Stoltzfus. He fought that guy Stoltzfus. Chris Curtis is a totally different thing from that guy Stoltzfus. So I'm gonna take Chris Curtis. I think Chris Curtis is gonna defend well. He did against Brendan Allen. He handled himself well against Brendan Allen. I think he's gonna go do that same thing, and I think he's gonna go out and he'll get a possible finish against that guy Rodolfo Vieira. I think so. That's where I'm gonna go with.
I hope so,
If,
man. I mean, if you look at the weigh-ins, Rodolfo Vieira, when he embraced Chris Curtis, it looks like they were friends, or like they were very friendly with each other. There was something more than usual when it comes to two people fighting each other. They're definitely not enemies. I don't know if they're friends, but they definitely look like there was something between the two, emotions wise, because Rodolfo Vera embraced Chris Curtis, and kind of like I said, just reading emotions psychology wise, in body language, he looked like he was embracing Chris Curtis with some respect, and that could help Chris Curtis' side. With that said, so I'm glad that you like Chris Curtis here too, B, because there's just a lot of fighters that I could throw down a million bets, man, and I just think that uh, Chris Curtis at a negative 120 isn't too bad. I like him better at the what was he? Yeah, no, negative. That's the best number you can get if you've ever been able to get. Negative 120. He was negative 180. So Chris Curtis all day, baby. So I'm glad that you agree, my man. B.
yeah.
The next fight of the night is Umar Nurmagomedov is taking on Nate Maness. I'm gonna let you jump into this first, B.
Oh shit, let's go. We got Umar Nurmagomedov. Y'all know who that is. That's that cuz. That's cuz. That's cuz of one Khabib Nurmagomedov. The undefeated Umar. Yo, it's crazy to me though. This guy's 26 years old and he doesn't even look past 18. But yeah, man, he's 26 years old, 5'8" with the 69-inch reach, representing Russia. Um, yes, with that wrestling, you understand that sambo style. Made his splash when he made his splash in the UFC. That was back last year against Sergey. Yeah, he fought Sergey Morozov. He beat Sergey Morozov with a rear naked choke. That was in round 2, but that was back in January of 2021. After that, which was his last fight, he fought Brian Kelleher and submitted Brian Kelleher in 1 round with a rear naked choke. That was back during that was in March of last year. I mean March of this year. Covington versus Masvidal. Last year he's beat Morozov, and then he was on the PFL. He was on PFL. He had a fight there where he won. Brian Goncalves, he beat Gonzalez. I mean, he beat that guy rear naked choke, unanimous decision, rear naked chokes. This guy's going to wrestle you. He's going to hurt you. He's upped his striking game a little bit, so he can disguise those takedowns. He's done pretty damn well for himself, as do all the Dagestani Russian fighters. He's going up though against Nate Maness. And Nate Maness has been the quiet storm in the 135 division. 14-1 is Mayhem Nate Maness. What the hell's going on here? Currently riding a 4-fight win streak. 30 years old, 5'10", 72-inch reach. 72-inch reach is very important, folks. He has a really good reach there for a bantamweight. Last time he fought, he put away Tony Gravely, counter hook to ground strikes, round 2. That was back in September of last year. He smoked Luke Sanders with a rear naked choke in round 2 of 2020. Johnny Munoz Jr., he had his way with Johnny Munoz, man. Unanimous decision back in 2020, August of 2020. Kellen Van Camp, that was back in 2020 as well. He beat that dude, TKO. Only loss he had was back in 2019 against Taylor Lapilis. But other than that, a lot of submissions.
What up, Emmanuel?
TKOs. What's up, Broski? This is gonna be a rough fight, man. This is gonna be a rough, but I don't know who's it gonna be rough for. That's the problem. Nate does really good in trying to fending off takedown attempts, and being a real type of one of those comeback from behind type guys. But you're dealing with the Russian, the Dagestani power, Umar Nurmagomedov, man. Can Nate Maness beat an upset? Springer upset here? Yes, he can, but he has to nullify a lot of Umar's takedown attempts. He's gonna have to force Umar to fight with the hands. And he's gonna have to look for an opportunity to get a counter in there. If not, it's gonna be straight up Umar. Who am I gonna go for? I'm gonna go for Umar. That's it. You're go.
Yeah. This man. Let me think.
No, the cabinet.
This is a tough one. I'm obviously Umar Nurmagomedov's at negative 1,000. Like,
Ugh.
like
What's up,
everybody,
Emmanuel? Yeah.
everybody's gonna be picking him. Obviously, I see why he's opened up at negative 500 though, and I just don't. It's like it's crazy to see that line movement. Let's see.
There's one guy who could spoil it for him though. It is Nate.
Yeah, with by punches, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about. I think the best call here might be the under. Let me check that out. Yeah, under 1.5 is a plus 140. If Nurmagomedov doesn't fuck around and gets us down the ground, he should be able to sub this dude and finish him in the first round. If Nate does what he could do, I think he could starch him possibly in the first round and a half. I think that the only way to get value out of Umar and or get something out of Nate is to do that under 1.5. And I like it. So I'm going to be throwing down one unit at the plus 140 number. I want to get, because then I get Umar and I get Nate Maness for a round and a half. I think I like the odd. I like the odds on it. It opened up at a negative 105 for the under. And now it's a plus 140. So, you know, I think it could happen, and that's why I'm firing him. One unit down on plus 140, under 1.5 for Umar Nurmagomedov or Nate Maness. Then I get both fighters, and I get to have a little bit of the mix in a negative 1,000 bout without throwing a negative $1,000. Negative 1,000, folks, means you got to throw $1,000 of your dollars, and you make 100 extra dollars if that guy wins. You cannot be betting stuff like that, but the under 1.5 you definitely can. So we'll lock that in there, and we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully, we'll have some luck there, luck and some skill involved with one of those guys. The next fight of the night is Thiago Moises takes on Christos Giagos. Christos Giagos is 19-9 versus Thiago Santos 15-6. Right now, the odds makers have Thiago Moises at a pretty hefty favorite. He's at a negative 240 plus 220 comeback. He opened up at negative 300, so it's kind of going back and forth each way. I think that's the veteran experience of Thiago Moises is really what everyone's seeing. 15-6, 27 years young. Man, he's been in the UFC for a long time. I guess you totally forget about that when he's been here for so long, but he's lost by uppercuts, lost by rear naked choke. I don't like it, man. My initial read at the weigh-ins, body language, everything was Christos Giagos. But obviously the favorite is Thiago Moises, but he's lost 2 in a row. I really just don't like where his headspace is in the sense they're going to be 5'9", 5'10", 1 inch reach advantage for Giagos as well as height. The youth advantage goes to Thiago, so maybe they're also favoring that. But I'm going dog or pass here on Christos Giagos, even though it's fucking really weird for me not to pick the veteran. What do you say about it, B?
Giagos versus Moises.
Yep. No bet.
I like Giagos. I like Christos Giagos. Although the problem I have with Giagos is that Giagos is a tough guy, man, and he's willing to push through, you know, if he's super duper tired. But we've seen enough of Thiago Moises, and Moises has fought the higher caliber guys, and Moises has gotten better with both his striking and his grappling. So it was like, damn, son. But I'm like, yo, Giagos could probably get this done here. I'm gonna lean with Moises on this one. I think Moises is capable of possibly getting a submission finish here or just going to a decision. Just because I like Moises, man. I'm gonna go with Moises, even though it hurts me to say like, yo, Giagos. I think Giagos could pull this off. But I'm gonna lean with Moises here, man. Moises has been around. You know what I mean, a little bit more of
Yeah,
the experience for tougher
yeah,
opposition,
and you know I
and his
love the
skill set kind of works a little bit more on
you
his
know I
side over here than
and
Christos. You know,
I love the veteran versus the newer comer in the sense, but
yeah.
the athleticism of Christos Galgos is something that is just a little bit worrisome in my sense. But I no bet there. Um, that's why I said dog or pass. The next fight of the night is Josh Parisian takes on Alan Badeau. I'll let you jump in at first, B.
Well, they gotta give me the whack fight. Okay.
It's because you deserve it. Just kidding.
Oh shit.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. All right.
It's
Fair
just how it
enough. Fair
worked. It's
enough.
just how it worked. I think I went last time on the last one, no?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we got Parisian versus Bordeaux, 265. This is low level heavyweight MMA, folks. So I'm not even gonna try to put my heart and soul into this. But Josh Parisian, 14-5. He came off from the Contender Series. Um, 32 years old, 6'4" with the 79-inch reach. Born out of Martinsburg, West Virginia. Fighting out of Brighton, Michigan, with the Scorpion fighting system. The gym is pretty dope though. Out of Michigan, they got a couple good fighters here and there. But this guy had a mix-up of wins and losses. He lost to Dontel Mays by elbows from Crucifix, round 3. That's still disappointing to me. That was back in December of last year. Roque Martinez, he beat with a split decision. That was back in June. Parker Porter, he lost to by unanimous decision in 2020, November of 2020. But he beat Chad Johnson on the Contender Series in 2020 in August by punches from mouth.
Hey, EJ,
Um,
fat bitches need love too, Craig.
which is funny because this dude was losing that fight until he got on top of the guy and won. That was fucking crazy, but it is what it is. Um, is he a wrestler? Somewhat of a wrestler. He kind of reminds me of like Jared Vandera. Big guys, they kind of confused on when they should use their wrestling and when they should strike. Um, they really live up to that. We're heavyweights, so because we're heavyweights, we could knock you out with a punch. But not all the punches landed are KO punches. So it's that scenario.
I give like B. Don't be hooking me up with the little sister that's bigger than the big sister. You don't know, baby D. You don't know, baby D. That's why you look at me like that. Sorry, dude. I fucking EGA. That low level heavyweight.
The new hostess snacks.
Yeah, the hostess, the new weight snacks, talking about how the hostess got a new cream filling, new tweet coming out, got cream filling and glitter.
So he's going up against the Black Samurai out of Bordeaux, 8-3. Mike is better. 34 years old, 6'3", 79-inch reach out of Lyon, France. Out of the MMA Factory, which is also home of Cyril Gahn, Manon Fiorot, what's that guy? Is the Russian guy? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, man. He fought Parker Porter last fight, lost by unanimous decision. That fight was kind of underwhelming somewhat. That was back in February. He fought Rodrigo Nascimento. That went to a no contest. I went to a no contest, I think, because of a poke or was it a groin shot or some shit like that? Something like that happened. That was back in July of last year. And Tom Aspinall, he lost to in his debut, ground and pound, 1 minute and 35 seconds in the round 1, back in October of last year. Oh God, this guy Sabatello is about to whoop Higo's ass. But other than that, man, look.
I wish we could stream the fights, but I don't want to lose our shit.
This is low. This is low level heavyweight fighting here, man. And it's simple as this, man. If Josh Parisian cannot get no takedown here, he's gonna lose. And Bordeaux is gonna probably get a win by submission. Not submission, by knockout, possibly. He could possibly win this if he's improved a little bit more in his takedown defense. He kind of did in his last fight, but his last fight wasn't all that great against Parker Porter. But yeah, man, Parisian is kind of iffy. I'm gonna say Alan Bordeaux could get this win here by finish. I'm gonna just wing it out there
Eh,
because if Parisian does not go for a takedown, he's gonna get beat up.
I just
Simple.
look.
That's how
I
I'm
just
gonna see it.
I just look. Badeau wins by TKO KO is plus 175, plus 160 ish.
Yeah, I'll win with that. I'll win with that. I'll
Yeah,
take that. I don't
I
know.
agree.
You guys might think differently, but I'll take that.
No, I
I don't
agree.
know because I don't know about Parisian, man.
Right off the bat, when I saw this bout and I looked at the way, I love looking at the weigh-ins and the body language. That's why we moved to Friday so I could see that. I just think like Alan Badeau is tougher. Should be able to withstand this if as long as he doesn't get taken down, like you said. I just think that he's got the heavier hands and he should be able to put this guy out. But I'm picking Alan Badeau, but this is no bet, no nothing, nothing real, really that I want to throw at because of the fact that Alan Badeau is so spotty all the time. But I do like Alan Badeau here by TKO KO. Right now it's at good plus money. So if you want that, and he's a negative 110 money line if you just want him straight. So with that said, that is the heavyweight bout. The next is the co-main event. And actually, I'll let you jump into this first, B, since I threw that shitty one to you. You're going to get Neil Magny takes on Shavkat Rakhmonov. My boy.
Yes, yes. This is gonna be somewhat an interesting fight here, man. We got two guys ranked in the welterweight division as Neil Magny faces Shavkat Rakhmonov, man. Um, it's a big deal. It's a big deal fight here, man. Neil Magny has been in this division for quite a while. He's been up and down the roads. He's fought a list of who's who, but he's still here, man. Neil Magny, the Haitian sensation, is 34 years old, 6'3" with an 80-inch reach. This man is a cheat code in itself because both him and what's our other guy who just fought, Kevin Holland, both have 80+ inch reaches. It's kind of crazy, 80 or more. Fighting
Hey,
a
B.
2-fight win streak.
Hey, B,
Represent Elevation Fight Team, huh?
you saw him at the weigh-ins. He looked kind of shitty, huh?
A little bit, a
A little
little
bit.
bit. Yeah, a little bit of a rough weigh-in. Um, Won't lie about that. I think I don't know if it's what was going on there,
That's
but he
just what
did
I
look.
saw. That's just what I saw.
Yeah, he kind of looked a little iffy there. He looked a little iffy. But yeah, man. I think he's up there in the rankings there. Last fight he fought Max Griffin, where he won by a split decision. Some people feel it's a little controversial. I think Max Griffin kind of gave away that fight. That's just my opinion. Um, he fought Jeff Neal, where he won. That was by unanimous decision. That was just a little bit of the outpoint. He lost to Mike Chiesa, both in the same year. He beat Neal in May, but lost to Chiesa in January. Robbie Lawler, he beat back in 2020. Um, what was it? August of 2020. Rocco Martin, and he beat back in June, and then Li Jingliang he beat in 2020 March. Yeah, the man Neil Magny is tried and tested, training an elevation fight team. He has that cardio, that gas tank to really push and break fighters in later in the rounds, man. Especially if it's a 3-round affair, that man will push you, or he'll make you break yourself in the first and then overwhelm you for the rest of the fight. Shit though, he's going up against an upcomer man by the name of Shavkat Rakhmonov, undefeated, the Nomad, another man who's representing the hardcore country. Um, Uzbekistan, which is a little bit somewhere around Kyrgyzstan. But yes, 27 years old, 6'1" with the 77-inch reach, currently riding an 11-fight win streak. Um, this guy is very, very interesting, as he also displays some of that combat sambo's pedigree there. He beat my guy from Guyana, Colston Harris, his last fight out in February. Beat that man with a spinning hook kick to ground strikes. Left Colston Harris light as a feather, stiff as a board, laid out. Mikel Pazeres, a.k.a. the Tractor, He choked that man out with a rear naked choke. He clearly had the height advantage against Pizarro's. That was mad disrespectful. I was back in June of last year. And Cowboy Oliveira, he caught with a guillotine choke while he damaged that man in the first round. That was back in his debut in October of 2020. All the other fights, M1s, and all the Russian area style fights, Kyrgyzstan area, this man has been either knocking you out, TKOing you, or submitting you. It looks like an uphill battle once again for Neil Magny. Shavkat Rakhmonov has a nasty style of fighting, um, where he's rangy. He hits you with solid shots, heavy shots, or just sets up really good shots, really good dictation of range. Goes in for the kill when he needs to go in for the kill. Neil Magny's seen a whole list of different fighters and different styles. This is why I want to believe in Neil Magny and believe Neil will have the remedy to go out there against Rakhmonov and tire Rakhmonov out, whether that first round and go out there and put a beating on Rakhmonov. But I'm not even sure if that's true. But I'm still going to take Neil Magny. I believe.
Oh,
I
that
want to
sounds
believe in Neil Magny's
like
gas tank.
sounds like a love thing.
That-
No, normally you got to take the veteran versus a guy like a newer guy like this. But dude, the Shavkat Rakhmonov is a master of combat and sambo. He should be able to weather the storm of anything that Neil Magny throws at him with his hips. 3-round affair, so he should be able to be super explosive. And Shavkat Rakhmonov right now is a negative 440 favorite plus 390 comeback for Neil Magny. So, I mean, they're seeing that Shavkat's going to win by devastation domination. I think the under 1.5 or Shavkat by inside distance could possibly be a good bet. But with that said, I'm going Shavkat Rakhmonov all day in the co-main event. With that said, the main event of the evening is Arman Saryukin is taking on Mateus Gamrot. Mateus Gamrot is 20-10. Arman Saryukin is 18-2. The 25 years old for Arman versus the 31 years old of Mateus Gamrot. The height is 3 inches taller for Mateus. The reach is 2.5 inches longer for Arman. Arman Saryukin is infamous for taking the fight, I believe, short notice for Khabib, no Islam, and actually, doing somewhat decent work in the affair, but still lost the fight in general. So a lot of people have been super high on him, but he's taking on a guy like Mateus Gamrot, who's 20-1. So Mateus Gamrot calls himself the Gamer. He's 31 years old himself. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. They don't have he's a black belt in BJJ, and that's where I like a lot about him, is that he could end up getting a sub or end up withstanding Arman's storm, and this is going to be a 5-round fight. Man, as much as it seems like you would automatically pick Arman Saryukin. He's a negative 275 favorite plus 250 comeback for Mateus Gamrot, but Mateus is going to be big, man. I can't throw the 275 down on Arman Saryukin, so I'd go dog or pass here. I'm going to have to go with Mateus Gamrot and the BJJ black belt and hope that he can weather the storm and get things done, but mostly because the money line just a little too steep on Arman Saryukin. But what do you say about this fight, B?
This is a really good fight, man, for the lightweight division. Two exciting guys, man. Arman Saryukin has looked to be really, really solid. This man moves very quick, strikes very fast. Really dangerous guy, man. His combinations are fucking fantastic when you watch him. And he keeps that pace. He could keep that pace for 3 rounds. Problem is, this is a 5-round fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a 3-round fight where you could go and push the pace in 2 rounds and then you could ease off the gas in the 3rd round and still look pretty good. No, this is not the case. This is a 5-round fight. Mateus Gamrot has held the title. You know what I mean? He's had a title. He's KSW champion. So he's been through those rounds, Saryukin has trained for Tiger Muay Thai. And because of that, he's also improved his grappling. He handled Joel Alvarez in a way that I didn't expect Joel Alvarez to get handled. But Jesus Christ. But the gamer is here for a reason, man. And shit. You know, it's kind of a dog or pass type situation, you say. Um Gamera is training with top team. He was with Jackson Wink, I think, previously, was he? A little bit, I think,
I believe.
before he ended up switching up. Um, but he's done pretty good for himself.
Yeah,
He
it's top
can
team.
wrestle. Yeah, he's top team now. Yeah. He can wrestle. He's another fast mofo as well. Fast with his strikes. Um, can cut distance. Can cut angles. Somewhat the same as Sarukian, but he keeps things pretty compounded in the fact that he will throw those hands. He will occasionally kick. He won't kill himself with a lot of the combinations. He kind of looks for those dead aim shots, and he will apply that wrestling to slow you the hell down. And I think he'll be capable of holding down a guy like Sarukian if he grabs hold of him. Um, a lot of people are going with Armin Sarukian in this one. I was leaning towards Gamera myself.
Yeah.
I am going to lead with Gamera on this one as well.
Nice.
Just because it is going to be a very good fight, though. For people who don't know neither one of these guys, do watch and do keep your eyes open because there's going to be some real good shit going on in this fight. Between the strikes, a little bit of counter striking, some of the wrestling exchanges possibly, but a lot of high level striking, man, in this shit between these two. But I'm going with Matthias Gamera in this one. I think Gamera will use that wrestling to slow down our young man Sarukian here and look to put those the shots on him. And we'll probably get a submission. I think we could get a decision or a submission from Matthias Gamera in this one.
Nice.
Yep.
You know, I love when you agree, B. So with that said, that's UFC Vegas 57, Armin Soyukin versus Matthias Gamera. Those are our best bets for Cope's Corner. I really appreciate you guys all being here. Sorry for the little bit of a shit show this today. I didn't get invite B on time. They didn't go out to YouTube and Twitter, so you know the views go down. But it's also Bellator. But I really don't care. I appreciate one of you, two of you, 100 of you, 1,000 of you. It doesn't even matter because I do it for you. But Mr. B, the MMA guy, you want to shout out where you're going to be this weekend and where you're on Twitter?
Sure, man. Catch me on Twitter, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986, man. If you've got questions or any type of craziness, you could drop those on the in the DMs. You know what I mean? I'm out there. I'm always retweeting some crazy shit. I'm definitely gonna be on OK Live tomorrow. I'm gonna have to do double duty because I missed out on some things, so I'm gonna be streaming on Saturday for the UFC, of course, and Sunday we'll catch up on all the other MMA stuff that I kind of missed out on streaming. So we're gonna do that on Sunday. But other than that, man, that's it. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
I appreciate you. Later, dog. Appreciate you.
Peace out, people.
Love you, bro. Peace. But with that said, that's this episode of Cope's Corner, UFC Vegas 57, and our best bets here. I appreciate you all. Hope your families and friends are doing well. And until next week, let's cash those bets and let's fucking roll, baby. Let's go.
You ready? Break it down. Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration. Degeneration. Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to?